What's up, y'all? Welcome back to another episode of the Hustle Huddle. I'm here with my boy
Christian Roddy
and my boy Jesse. Damn, you good? You good?
Who hurt you?
Great.
Was it us?
Oh my God, bro, Jesse. Not even no enthusiasm, no nothing. Just Jesse.
Yeah, no Masan, no that dude, no nothing.
Our great producer and photographer Jesse Masson over there. I'll do the shout out for him.
Yeah, damn. The man who makes this shit happen.
Yeah. All right. Well, how's your
Y'all want to start over?
No, we live.
I thought I'd do something different.
Nah, hey.
no?
You know,
this man's never on like mic, and when he gets on mic, he's Jesse.
Jesse.
All right. Well, we're done with you now. Go back to silence.
Sit back,
bro.
relax. No.
Go back to silence. I'm sorry.
We love him.
Yeah. So how was your week, man?
Week was pretty solid, man. Hung out with you for St. Patty's. That was a good time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, my boy was a menace over here.
Hey, you know what it is. You know, that little Irish and Scottish in me had to come out. No, we don't go out often, so I had to enjoy it a little bit.
I left my card at Hennessy's and I had to go back the next day to go get it.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Did you realize that before or after me?
I realized that when we were there that night and when we were at the burrito shop, I realized it because I was like, damn, I don't have my card. I think I left it at Hennessy's. But then I was like, all right, well, like, I'll just come back tomorrow. Fuck it.
Damn. Did you go before or after we went to the gym?
Before.
Before?
That's why I was telling you, like, that's why when you're like, hey, like, I'm going to Carlsbad to work out, and I was like, good luck, bro. Because I was driving the opposite way, and I saw all that traffic, bro. I was like, hell no.
Yeah, it was rough.
Bro, it was traffic all the way up to Vista.
Yeah.
Like, it was just stop and go from Vista.
It's Emerald all the way because you have to get off the freeway.
Yeah, you have to get off
then
either
get
at
back on.
Emerald or at College. That's crazy.
And do
Jesse,
surface streets all the way to El Camino.
have you seen the big sinkhole on the 78?
Yeah.
Bro, that shit's crazy.
Because didn't they just redo it too?
Yeah.
Yeah, they just did it. They literally just did it like a couple like months ago.
They drained it out, right? Was that what they were doing?
Yeah.
'Cause it would flood all the time.
Yeah, it would flood all the time. That little like pocket right there. Yeah.
Collapsed.
Bro, it just collapsed. Bro, that thing was huge too. And I was like, damn, like this is
insane.
a monster sinkhole.
Yeah. And they just extended how long it's going to take. That was crazy.
Bro, I would dread to drive up that way, bro.
I was going to my barber on Friday, left my pad at like 3:50. Appointment was at 4:30. Takes me 15 minutes to usually get to my barber shop. And I saw that traffic, so I was like, I'm going to give myself some time. Took me an hour and 10 minutes to get to my barber
my
shop, bro.
God. That's
Dude,
crazy.
It was insane.
That's crazy.
It was nuts.
And
But
there's really no like through ways you can go either. Like you have to go that way.
Too. You know how there's like a little bit of a dirt hill?
Yeah.
Going off right there. People were up in the dirt, bro.
Nah, they
splitting
wild
the
for
lane
that.
Where you know how it all merges.
Yeah.
Before you get off. People were literally over in the little pull-off lane in the dirt, right in.
Nah, people
It's like,
wild
there's
for
no
that.
way.
People wild for that.
people don't know how to act.
Yeah, nah, people different over here.
But it's good. Lifting weights with some food in me, different.
Good pumps.
Yeah, it feels so much better. God, it feels so good. Now, I mean, walking around filled out ain't the greatest. I'm already kind of missing my abs, but it's all good. It's all good. It's all good. It's like I've gained a pound. I'm bitching. But no, that's good. Work's been good. Feel like this weather out in San Diego has made like the fitness industry a little weird because it's like you have pockets of like super busyness, and then you have San Diego people. When it rains, we all just want to cuddle up at home and not do anything.
Yeah.
But,
Is that why y'all sucking?
You could be the best for a whole year, but you only as good as your last at bat. That's for
I'm
sure.
telling you, the last at bat, no one cares about the rest of it.
Hey, it's not.
For you to fall.
Honestly, they be praying on your downfall. They be like Meek Mills. What is it? I be praying for times like this.
That's crazy.
But no, it's good. I mean, shit. I know that was kind of my week, and then I can kind of tie into some other things. But before we get into that, how was your week?
Solid, yeah. We went out to Carlsbad for St. Patrick's Day, which is lit. Worked out. I had great workouts both days. Then we went out for our friend's birthday on Saturday, so got like a little double. I went to Carlsbad on Friday and Encinitas on.
Whose birthday was it?
What?
Whose birthday?
Oh, I thought you said whose brother. It was Tay's. It was T's girlfriend. Yeah. So
Happy belated birthday.
yeah, happy birthday. So yeah, it was cool. We went out, and then one of our friends got faded. and threw up everywhere. So then we had to leave. And then, yeah.
Is it tea?
No, not tea.
I was like, again?
No. This was our other friend. But yeah, then we went back to the crib and then, yeah, just kicked it all weekend. I ain't doing nothing too crazy. And then, yeah, work is good. Work is smooth. Just been grinding.
That's
you know, trying to keep that number one spot.
Damn, he just got to rub it in.
I mean, sheesh. But yeah, I mean, again, it's just good to be at work.
Facts. Like there's been quite a few changes even in our work environment as of lately. Organizational restructures, things to kind of bob and weave and adapt to the times and make sure that we're put into a position to be profitable and reacting. Like a lot of that can affect you on a daily basis and your mental mindset. But even with some of the negative possible changes, it's like it's still good. Like, yo, I've got a job.
Yeah. It's true because like I feel like a lot of people are super like reactive when it comes to work and reactive to when it comes to changes. And sometimes you got to be proactive. So when those changes come, like I said, you always got to stay ready. So you have to get ready.
Hey, yo, I love that because it was like today I was reading it was like Amazon let go another 9,000 employees and like that's after already layoffs that they had earlier in the year.
That's crazy. 9,000, bro. They already had what? It was like 11,000.
Something like that.
I think it was like either 7,000 or like 11,000. One of the two at the beginning like of the year.
And they stopped construction on a whole new headquarters that they were building. Damn. That was like it was like an $11 billion project or something like that. I don't remember.
And what's crazy? Do you think? I guarantee like, and what's wild is like an industry like Amazon did not get hurt. It only made money during the closures and during the quarantine. Like a lot of industries that are laying off people or due to their like financial investors and like stuff like that, like they need to be profitable and they need to cut people just obviously to cut costs somewhere because they lost a lot during the closures. Yeah. But like a thing like a big company like Amazon, who's literally e-commerce and only progressed during the closure, is
added transparency on the people who didn't need to be there.
Oh yeah,
you know what I mean?
Probably.
We were fine without these people and other back.
Yeah, that's true. It probably was one of those things where like they probably like let people go during the closures of like the people that were like close net like in offices and office buildings, and they're like, honestly, why are we paying these people? Yeah, we literally made money without them, and we made even more money because we didn't have them. So it's like,
yeah, and people want to work remote. Like one of the biggest things you're showing companies is like, oh, okay, over one of our biggest controllable costs, like or non-controllable costs is like rent. Can I find a way to maintain this workload and not pay rent? It's like, oh, not employing all 5,000 of you.
Oh yeah, or not employing this whole 9,000 people right here.
Yeah, so
crazy statistics right here. Ready? Amazon in January when they let off that 11 to 12,000, that was only 1 to 2% of their workforce.
That's just a drop in the bucket, but that's still that's 11,000 lives that got
they have 1 million employees. That's crazy. Yeah, there's 1 million.
Layoffs. So
why are you looking hella confused?
I was like,
it's 1 million.
Math?
Do quick math. I mean, it's a little bit over 1 million if you do like 1 to 2%.
Yeah,
it's like a 12. It's like 11. I mean, not 11, but
Meta laid off 13% of the workforce so far this year. Twitter 10%, Disney 3%, Zoom 15%, Dell 5%, PayPal 7%. We got Spotify 6%, Google 6%. So everybody.
Damn.
Yeah, that's a lot of lives impacted. And one of the biggest things is like to Sean's point, these are very profitable industries. A large portion of those businesses are in the tech kind of sector, one way or another. Whether that was tech and entertainment kind of sound like, and probably a lot of advertising as well when you think about what Facebook does. That's huge, and a lot of that is, you know, how's the market doing?
Yeah.
Maybe how are consumers responding to what's going on in the world right now? And when you also lay people off, that's sending another message to the market. So
I feel like
weird effect.
Yeah, I feel like a lot of markets probably go off of what obviously their competitors are doing, and I guarantee like Amazon laying off 1% of their workforce did not, like, realistically probably didn't help Amazon too much. As in, like, I don't know who you said. I think it was like Spotify that laid off like 6%, and then someone else laid off 13%. Like 13%, like you laid off 13% of your workforce, you're getting a big margin back.
Oh yeah,
like
that's millions of dollars.
That's millions of dollars. 1% of your workforce, like I don't think you're gonna get like a little bit back, but not enough to be like, hey, like 1%, like okay, we needed that 1%. Like, you get what I'm saying? Especially when you were profitable during that whole time. Like now you're just doing it just because like, hey, like Google did it, Spotify's doing it. Like it's just the nature of like what's going on around you. So it's like, okay, cool, like we could do it too.
Yeah. And then probably as things change, they're probably divesting in certain areas to go set up for future investments. So like a big loss in Spotify, it's funny enough that we're on a podcast, but Spotify dropped millions, I think potentially billions into their podcast space.
Yeah.
Like they were paying people giant contracts. They were setting up like advertising in the podcasting space because they thought it was the giant thing.
Yeah.
And they came out and said it's not quite as big as it was during the pandemic. So not as many people are, not everyone's Joe Rogan, not everyone's Call Me Daddy, not everyone's getting those eyes, and they spend a lot of money in that space too. And then that also needs a lot of back end work. So I'm sure some of those layoffs are there.
What's crazy is they would probably get a lot of those eyes if they were putting that money into the people producing podcasts. I'm just saying, like
the content creation?
The content creators, if you gave them the money to maybe create content, like I don't know, that's just a weird thought. Give that money back to the content creators, and maybe you'd probably get a boost in your platform.
I'm with that. One of the crazy things is, as we talked about some of those industries that were impacted, most people like they think like that's the golden ticket. Like
Facts.
I went to school for this, I've trained for this, I got internships for years before I got this job at Google, I got this job at Amazon, I got this job at Apple, Spotify, Netflix. Like those are, there's someone sitting around a kitchen table right now proud when they say I work at this so and so. And to have that possibly lost at no fault of their own potentially, right? Now you could be reactive or proactive. And like when you work your job, be the person that's like, yo, when they do make cuts, I'm the guy that's staying. You could think of it that way. But like these people possibly didn't have any idea they were going to get cut and then just one day gone.
Yeah. And even if you are like, there's probably people that they cut off that were like still those guys. They're like, hey, like I'm that guy, like I'm staying. But like, they would just realize that, hey, we're paying this guy way too much money, and we got like, Joe Schmo down here or Schmuckatelli that's doing it for half the cost.
Like that's happening in our industry.
Yeah, exactly. And that's what's crazy is because a lot of people think like our industry is safe, and they're like, oh yeah, like people work up to those spots and they're like, damn, I made it here, like I'm good, like this is a spot to be at, and then boom, next week you get a reminder on your calendar saying, hey, you got to call at 10 a.m. and also call at 11. You're like, oh, shit. Someone's getting laid off.
Last minute call?
Yeah, if it's a last minute call, someone is getting fired, bro. Because we got calls scheduled out for like 3 months now. Like they're already pre-scheduled for in there for 3 months. When you get a last minute call the day of, hey, be on Zoom at 1 a.m. or 1 p.m.
Just Kevin Hart in your brain. It's about to go down.
Facts, just know that your ass might get fired or your homie's ass might get fired. Somebody getting fired.
Shit.
And you just got to wait for the result. Maybe it's just like just like a test, a little COVID test, bro. You know what I'm saying? You just wait for the results. So, yeah, I mean, it's crazy. But, so then I guess at what point do you sacrifice going for, I guess, a big name brand and having that supposedly like stable job instead of doing like what you would want to do? And or like, I mean, I guess if that's what you wanted to do, like do you still go down that route?
In a perfect world, right? That's hopefully what the job you do is in this day and age, like 2023. You're doing it because that's your passion, that you're doing it because that's what you want to do. When there's so many potential careers and opportunities, like you can literally make your way doing anything.
Yeah.
But it does remind me a lot of like Jim Carrey when he was giving that, I think it was an acceptance speech or a graduation speech at a college. And he was talking about how he thought his dad was almost funnier than he was and could have been a great comedian, but he chose to be an accountant. And it was like at the age of 40 with a home and kids. what he thought was the safe job of being an accountant. He was laid off and left jobless.
Sheesh.
And that was like Jim Carrey's like aha moment of like, I will do absolutely what I want because nothing is necessarily safe. And
Yeah.
I will love what I do. And that led to his pursuit of his journey, which obviously Jim Carrey's Jim Carrey.
Yeah,
Not
thanks.
everybody's going to be Jim Carrey, but I think that kind of push is a big motivator for him. And that's kind of what we hopefully think about all the time is like, what do you do in that scenario? Do you take this safe, stable route, which then is that just like an external kind of safety net? Like you think it's safe because people tell you that, or do you follow your passion and hopefully create safety because you're so good at what you do or you love what you do so much?
Yeah, I think a lot of people take the safety net not just because that's what people tell them to do, not just because like, hey, like I'm taking it. I think it's just because like they're such big name brands. Whereas like, when was the last time you heard of like so many companies laying so much people off? Like
During my professional lifetime?
yeah, you haven't heard that in like forever. This is like my first time hearing
As an
a
adult.
gang, like a group of actual like big name corporations laying off thousands of employees or like percentages of their workforce, not like closing down just like a branch or like we're closing down just like this side of our like company. No, like they're laying off thousands and percentages. So it's like, I think people don't go for the safe route as in like, oh, hey, like this is what my dad told me to do, or like there are people that do that. They're like, hey, go be a doctor because that's safe, or hey, go be like an accountant because that's safe. But there's also the people that are like, this is fucking Google. Like Google's Google. Like Google's never gonna go away. So like my job's for sure safe because Google's never gonna go away.
But what are you doing at Google?
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. But like you think that you make so much money that it doesn't matter like what you're doing at Google because they have that money to blow. You feel me?
Yeah, potentially. And it's like maybe a smaller company pays you the same to have a bigger role. Who knows?
Like Amazon. Again, like Amazon only was profitable during COVID. Like they have no reason to lay off people.
Outside of to maintain that profitability
Well,
in,
like
in a downturn.
what other people, like why other corporations are laying off because they're not profitable. Like,
or they're not as profitable as they want to be.
exactly. Or they're not as profitable as they want to be.
They're not making sales trends, things of that nature.
Exactly.
So I think now, you know what video I'm referencing, so it sounds super silly. But when I think of that question of, do you take the safe route? Do you think you take that stable job, that 9 to 5, the thing that gives you a pension, the thing that gives you a 401k match or whatever it is that you find is that safety net? When you maybe have an itch for something else or you've always have this moment and like you don't want to be left with at the end of your life. But the question that I would pose to everybody is, are you trying to avoid disappointment or are you striving for greatness? And it's like, when you think in that mindset, like that's going to determine your decisions. Like if I'm striving for greatness and to be the best at whatever it is that I love,
You're going to run into disappointment.
you run the risk of it. It's like a bigger risk, bigger reward.
Yeah.
Versus settling
And just be
potentially
disappointed all your damn life.
Well, no, you're avoiding disappointment. You're
No, if you're settling, you are disappointed.
in the long run,
That's what I'm
because
saying.
you attempted to avoid it initially.
Yes.
You're like, oh, I want the decent job. I want the safety net. I want the grinding 9 to 5. But it's like, okay, now you're in a
disappointed
you're in a
because you
cubicle, or you got laid off
Yeah.
because nothing, as we found, is safe. But when you could have taken the really not safe route and like went after something you extremely loved, whatever it might be. Like, let's say, Sean, what do you love?
Golf.
Like, what if you were 18 years old again? And we're going to say 18 because I don't know when you got exposed to golf, but just like
Probably fucking
5 years ago.
2 years ago, 3 years ago.
But let's say it was 18 and it was like, hey, we're going to send you to the Young Golfers Academy and really work on your game because we love what you bring to the table as an athlete. And I think it would really do well for you. Or you can go in the military and we'll pay you for the next 4 years and you potentially have school and stuff like that later on. Like, which one are you taking?
Damn, probably. I mean, so I would have been good at golf. I probably would have been good at golf for an academy to come holler at me.
Yeah, like you played for your high school.
Okay, damn. So then I'll probably go obviously the academy route because if I fuck up at the academy, I can just go back to the military. The military is always there.
Hey,
It's always safe.
Do you know how many people are on the PGA Tour?
How many people are on the PGA Tour? Was it like 50?
No.
38?
No, it's more than that. It's a little more
More?
than that. I think 200 people
Damn, there's 200 people on the PGA Tour?
a year hold a PGA Tour card.
Oh,
The bigger tournaments have 140 contestants.
damn.
Now, the people who get paid are usually only the top 72 and below.
Damn. And they getting paid out like 10
Well-
grand at 72.
It's like $50,000.
Damn, see,
Like-
bro.
like-
No, I'm
like-
straight. Let me go in there and
like-
be number 50, bro.
Like if you made the cut,
number 72, bro.
If you made the cut, you'd get anywhere from $10,000 to $50,000 for being last place.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
But
I'll be last place all day, baby.
Last place is 72nd best golfer in the world.
Exactly. I'll be last place all day, baby. What you talking about?
So
Get me out there.
Got off a little tangent, but that's kind of like, and now you could maybe not something as extreme as going to be a pro athlete, right? But is it striving for greatness or avoiding disappointment?
Yeah.
And you have to ask yourself, when you're making these decisions, which one is it?
Yeah. So I guess, all right, realistically, if you drop, like, money isn't an option, drop down right now, and it was like, hey, Roddy, money's not an option, but you have to pick a career right now. This is it. Like, you stay with this career, and you have to pick it. And money's not an option. We'll pay you as much as you want. But you pick this career, and it's for the rest of your life.
Oh, because like when you say career, like I just assimilate that, or I associate that so much with like an income.
Close-minded motherfucker.
No, I know. But so it's like, I don't like even saying picking one career. If it was like, what would I do with the rest of my free time?
No, career.
Oh,
This is
like
a
I
career.
have to punch into something.
No,
for
you don't
like
have to.
eight,
Like, you can,
like
your
8 hours
career,
a day.
Your career could be fucking photography. Like, and that is your career.
That's fucking golf.
Golf?
It's fucking golf. Tell me I'm getting paid.
That's why I just asked you.
I'm a fucking golfer.
Exactly. Your little closed-minded ass was thinking of 8 to 5, bruh. Punch in, punch out. No, your career,
Well, no,
bruh.
that's
This is
what
what
I'm
you
saying.
live off of.
Bro,
A career is just whatever
I get to
off
travel the world and play a sport that I love out in the sun.
of. Hey.
Occasionally, a couple brewskis. It's not even
So
a
it's
question.
golf?
It's golf, but I would have to have some level of fulfillment beyond that. Like, there is something so mesmerizing about the pursuit of being great at something. And if it was golf that I was channeling, like,
Because realistically, what fulfillment would you get by playing golf every day?
that's what I'm saying is like,
You just play golf.
If I got paid to just be a golfer, like I would then go find something different in golf to change it.
You could get a fulfillment in playing tournaments and playing
Well, that's
like
what I'm saying.
tours and
Competing
stuff.
and things like that.
And, then,
And like that's what I'm saying. Like there's something mesmerizing about trying to go be the best.
yeah.
So if I was paid to golf, I would go try to be the best.
Yeah.
And then hopefully inspire others through my golf being slightly different and trying to be the best.
Yeah.
But I think that's it, because just playing the game of golf, like if you were like, oh, you don't play with anybody else, you're by yourself, and you just get to play golf, I'd be like, I want something different then.
Yeah.
As there's not a high level of fulfillment in that.
Yeah.
Because like if you're not paying me, then why am I doing it? And like sure, golf's fun, like even on my own, but I gotta have a why behind that.
So is it golf or is it not golf? Because it sounds like it's not after you keep talking.
Oh yeah, if it's competitive golf, fuck yeah.
I mean, it's your career. You can decide to do whatever,
competitive golf.
whatever you want.
Because I'm gonna go take people's souls one way or another.
Hey yo.
Why you gotta make it like that?
Hey yo. So yeah, I guess golf, competitive golf.
If I can magically get paid to be a competitive,
Yeah, I mean that's what I was
I'll win a
asking.
tournament one day. Somebody
day.
will be sick. But what about you?
That's a good question. I'd low key would be like either like a content creator and like be able to go and if they like taught me how to like if I got paid like millions of dollars to like take photos and like take dope videos and like they showed me how to edit and like and I had all the best cameras in the world, I'd probably go do that. Like and just travel the world and like take photos of whatever the fuck I wanted.
That'd be pretty cool.
Yeah.
Because I think there is something unique in that I think photography brings, where it's like, this is how I perceived this moment, and now I can almost capture that and show you how I perceived it.
Yeah.
Rather than like, and then like bringing the most out of it too.
Yeah.
Because like if you're doing it for athletes, you can bring out a different side of the athlete.
Exactly.
If
yeah.
you're doing it scenically, you could bring a different viewpoint, like stuff like that.
Because
So,
when I'm talking about like content creator, I'm not talking about fucking TikToks and fucking Instagram videos. No, I'm talking about like legitimate like NFL highlights or like NFL highlight reels or dope art pictures that are like posted up in people's cribs and stuff like that. Like that would be so dope. Like if I like legit had a good solid camera setup and like they also paid me to go like take pictures and also like learn how to like I don't know, like do the digital effects on them, like I'd for sure do that. Cause that looks so dope. If you get to like, imagine like you get to take a picture of like an NFL athlete doing like a one-handed catch and like that shit's everywhere, bro, that'd be so tight.
Damn.
And
like
then
I caught that.
Yeah, and it's like, yeah, that's my picture, bro. Like that'd be so hard.
Damn.
And then just creating content off of that and like traveling the world, like going to Japan and like snapping like dope like content in Japan and like having that as like a reel that's going through everyone's page would be crazy.
So why don't you do that?
One, I don't know. I ain't got the money for a good ass camera like that. Two, I ain't got the money to travel the world like that, and I don't have the free time to do that.
Yet,
yes, exactly, yet. But whenever I do, for sure, I'm doing that for sure.
you might see Sean pick up some other hobbies here soon.
Honestly, bro, like that's what I was doing during COVID. I was like trying to get really good into my camera, and then I just realized how expensive like that shit is, and I was like, damn,
It is expensive.
this is just for like the lenses alone on a camera is more expensive than the actual camera, bro. That makes no sense to me. That's like, bro, that's like buying rims for your car, and those rims are more expensive than your car, bro.
Hey, you thought
That's
the car?
crazy.
You thought the car drives you around? Bitch, this ain't going nowhere if it's on blocks.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. But that's not the case though.
No, yeah.
Exactly. You got a car because hey, the car's more expensive than the rims, but even though the rims are the most important part of the damn car because it ain't gonna go nowhere. But the camera is the same thing, but they just flip-flopped it. And I was like, damn. Like there was this one lens, bro. It was like $2,000 for this lens. But I saw like what the quality of the picture does to that lens, bro. It's insane. And I was like, damn, like that is so dope. So like taking like pictures like that would be like the dopest like career in the world. So I'd for sure do that.
Damn, I'm mad at you that you're not doing that. Like, you could take an Adobe course.
Yeah,
or
I
some
mean, you're
shit,
not
like,
wrong.
And go like take a photography class.
But it's
I'm
just,
not Tiger Woods tomorrow.
hey, but what's crazy is it's just like that's so hard and like it's so competitive to get into.
It is, and
And it's
because
like it's so saturated. Everyone does that on their free time. I feel like
that's the difference though. It's like, do you treat
make it a
like
free time or do you do it the full time? I get what you're saying.
without turning it into a job because you're just so obsessed with it, it
Yeah.
never feels like work, and
Exactly.
you find so much enjoyment in the pursuit of it.
But I feel like I would only be able to do that if I had all the time in the world to do that. You get what I'm saying?
that was the hypothetical.
Exactly.
There. Okay.
Yeah, because like if I
Had all the time in the world, I'd be a better golfer.
Exactly. If I had all the time in the world, I'd be.
And I was being paid to do it.
Exactly. I'd be a greatest photographer, bro.
It's a wrap.
It's a wrap, bro, because I'd for sure have all of the nice lenses. I'd have all the time in the world to like perfect my craft. But right now, it's just I don't have time to do.
So
all
what's
that.
your kind of takeaway for people in this moment if they're getting worried about like they just graduated and their degree was something that like is so happened to be correlated to a lot of these layoffs, or they feel like they don't love what they're doing and things like that. Like what's kind of your takeaway for this episode?
I think you have to live you have to live in the moment of like staying ready. So you have to get ready. I think everyone needs to realize that they are replaceable. And as soon as you think that you're irreplaceable and you get complacent, that's when you get the slap to the face. And that's when you look dumb when you're fucking laid off and you don't know what to do for the rest of your life. I think putting all your eggs in one basket is not good. And I feel like everyone should always be looking to either grow in the company that they're at or grow externally or even like look at places where like, hey, like if I got laid off today, I'm going here. Or if I got laid off today, I'm doing this. Like, I feel like a lot of people don't realize what they're going to do. Like, this is my end all be all. And that's where everyone gets put in that box and they're like, oh yeah, I'm comfortably in this box. And yeah, I think if that's how you want to live your life, like that's okay. Like there's nothing wrong with that, but just know that that box could come down fucking crumbling one day, and then you out in the open in the wild, baby, and then it's survival of the fittest at that point. So like you got to realize like, yeah, everyone's replaceable, and just stay ready so you don't have to get ready.
I like that.
Period.
Yeah. And then I think like also do what you want. Like don't feel like you're settling because I think again, nothing is safe. So if you get laid off of a job where you felt like you settled, there's going to be a lot of regret. If you get laid off of a job that was like your end all be all, like you're like, I've thought about that since I was a kid. At least you know you gave it your all. Yeah. Rather than you get laid off of the safe thing and you're like, well, shit, I could have done that anyways, and I'd be in the same spot. Yeah. So don't leave what ifs. It's like leave it all on the table.
Yeah. Don't leave what ifs, but obviously don't do like, just be like, yo, fuck it. Going full send on this and not having like a
plan?
Yeah, planned on it. Like definitely planned. Like I'm not gonna just, you know what?
I'm not quitting my day job to be a pro
I'm not
golfer.
saying, hey, fuck my job and I'm gonna just go and be a photographer. Like that would be crazy. Don't do that.
And then like even if I'll never be Tiger Woods, like can I do something in that world? Right?
Oh yeah, for sure.
Like we talked
for sure
about
do something in that world.
The Golden State's Warrior, like head of operations.
Yeah.
He's not going to play in the NBA.
No.
But he loved basketball so much. He became the ball boy for the Golden State Warriors and then worked his way up. And how can I be more important in this team? How can I be more involved in this world?
Yeah, that's what I said.
Now he's head of operations.
Exactly. Like you, again, don't just sit in that one position. Either grow in the company or grow externally.
For sure.
But yeah, but you know what you have to do though? Is you have to fucking hustle. Because that's the only controllable pillar of success, baby.
Yes, sir. You feel me? And you also have to go follow us on Instagram, Spotify, YouTube, like, subscribe, TikTok.
Yeah, share everything, baby. Come holla at us.
Later.